Students, our next topic is railway signaling. Okay. So in highway engineering you have studied different signals are provided in order to control the movement of traffic. So like that we are providing signals in railway system also to control and regulate the movement of trains safely and efficiently. Also it includes the use and working of signals, points, block instruments in predetermined manner of safe and efficient running of trains. So mainly for safety and efficiency of our system we are providing signals, and this signals enables the movement of trains in a controlled manner, such a way that the existing tracks are utilized to the maximum level. Okay. So for that we are providing signals. And definition of signal in railway terminology, signals is a medium of communication between the station master or controller sitting in a remote place in the office and the driver of the train. That is, the communication between the station master and driver is done through the signals. Okay, so this is the definition in railway terminology. That is the medium of communication between the station master sitting in a remote place in the office and the driver of the train. And objectives of these signals: first one, to regulate the movement of trains so that they run safely at maximum permissible speed. Okay. Next, to maintain safe distance between trains that are running in same line in the same direction. Okay, that is, if the trains are moving in same direction, there will be collision between the trains. So in order to maintain the distance between two consecutive trains, signals are needed. Next is to ensure the safety of two or more trains that have to cross or approach each other. So in order to allow crossing of trains, signals are to be provided. And also another function, to provide facilities for safe and efficient shunting operation. In shunting operation also signals are needed in order to regulate these processes. And next is to regulate the arrival and departure of trains from the station yard. Okay, that is, when a train is coming to the railway station for loading and unloading purpose, or loading of passengers, cargo, etc., signals will indicate the arrival of these trains, and also the departure of trains are indicated by the signals. And next objective, to guide the trains to run at restricted speed during the maintenance and repair of tracks. That is, if there is any maintenance work going on a track, the signals will indicate a caution that maintenance work is going on, like that. Okay. So for that we are providing caution signal. Signals are different types. We can discuss one by one. So caution signals are provided in order to indicate the maintenance and repairs of tracks, so that the train can move slowly in that region. Okay. Then last objective, to ensure the safety of train when it comes in contact with road traffic at level crossing. That is, at level crossing also you may be seen signals in order to have safety between road traffic. So these are the objectives of signals. Next is the classification of signals. The signals are classified based on different characteristics like operation, function, location, and special characteristics. So based on operational characteristics, the classification example, that the signals are classified as audible signal, visual signal, etc. That is, the basis of classification is communication of message in audible and visual form. That is, the communication, whether the communication is communication of message in audible form or whether it is in visual form. Okay. So based on that it is classified as audible signal and hand signal or fixed signal. Then next is based on function. That is, base of classification is signaling the driver to stop or move cautionly or proceed or carry out shunting operation, etc. That is based on which function he has to carry out. That is based on the function which has to be carried out by the driver. The signals are classified like stop signal, shunt signal, speed indicator, etc. That is, stop signal means it indicate the driver to stop the train, and if it is speed indicator, it indicates speed has to be limited, like that. Okay. So that is based on function which is to be carried out by the driver. Next is location. That is based on the location at the location where we are installing this signal. That is based on that it is classified as reception signal and departure signal. That is, if it is installed at the receiving point of the train, it is reception signal, and if it is provided at the departure point of the train, it is departure signal. That is example, outer signal, home signal, starter signal, advanced starter signal. This will be discussed later, so at that time you will be clear about that classification location. Then based on special characteristics, that is meant for some special purpose. That is, if the signals are meant for if the signals are provided in order to function any special purpose, like shunting operation or speed indicator, etc., that is classified as special characteristic signal. And example, calling on signal, repeater signal, speed indicators, etc. So next we can discuss these signals one by one. First is audible signal. Okay, so audible signal, example, detonator or fog signal. Okay, that is, we are providing this audible signal if the weather is such that we cannot see the hand or fixed signal. That is, it is not visible due to some cloudy and foggy weather. Hand signal and fixed signals cannot be provided. That is, we cannot see, that is, the driver cannot see the hand signal or fixed signal if the weather is cloudy and foggy. So at that situation, the signals that we have to provide is audible signal, that is detonators. So this is a detonator, that is, we are providing or we are fixing the detonator on top of this rail, and when trains are moving above this detonator, this detonator will contain explosives. Okay, explosive, and we are fixing this detonator on top of the rail, and when trains move on this detonator, the explosive will explode and loud noise will emit. So driver will be cautioned about some signals which is coming in front, like that. That is, once the train passes over the detonator, thereby causing them to explode, the driver become alert and keeps a lookout for the signal. So that is detonator, and usually it is kept 90 meter ahead of the signal in order to indicate the presence of signal to the driver. That is, we are providing this detonator to indicate the driver that is there is some signal coming. So before 90 meter from the signal, we are providing this detonator, and it contains explosive material, and these are fixed to rail by some clips. Okay. So this is provided if the weather condition is poor, that is, we cannot visible our usual conventional hand or fixed signal due to cloudy and foggy atmosphere. So at that case, sound is only audible to the driver. So we are using this audible signal detonator. Okay, that's about audible signal. Next is visible signal. So this is very familiar to you. First one is hand signal. Hand signal means it is in the form of flags. Flag in red color or green color fixed to wooden handles, and these are held by railway personnel assigned his particular duty. That is, railway station master or some person are handling these flags, and will show green to indicate proceed and red to indicate stop. Okay, so that is hand signal. And in night, the hand lamp with the mobile green and red slides are used. That is, in night, persons cannot do this because he will not be visible. So at night, we are using lamp, and it will be having movable green and red slides to indicate proceed and stop. So this is hand signal. Next is fixed signal. Okay, this is hand signal, and it is controlled by some persons, and this lamp is operated at night, and it is also placed in hand. So it is known as hand signal. Next is fixed signal, and these signals are firmly fixed on the ground by the side of the track. Okay, and it is further divided into two types, that is caution indicator and stop indicator. Caution indicator means this type of signal in yellow and black format, and these are fixed signal provided for communicating the track ahead is not fit for running the train at normal speed. That is, it indicate the caution that some maintenance work is going on the track, so train cannot move at its normal speed. The train has to reduce its speed. So this is actually a caution indicator. So it is known as caution indicator. This is signal in this form. These signals are used when engineering works are underway and are shifted to one place to another depending upon requirement. So this caution indicators can be moved at different different positions on the railway track where maintenance work is going on. Okay, so if maintenance work is going on any part of the railway track, we are fixing this caution indicator ahead of that portion. Okay, and if that work is over, we are removing that caution indicator and placing to another place where there is any maintenance work. Okay, like that it is movable. So it is, first step is caution indicator, it's a type of fixed signal, and next is stop signal, and stop signals are of different types. Okay, and based on position it is classified as outer signal, home signal, etc., starter signal, advanced starter signal. And this outer signal it indicates the entry of train into the station limits. So the driver must bring the train to 90 meter from the signal. So it is outer signal, it indicates the train has to be stopped. Okay, and location of this outer signal is beyond the station limit, about 580 meters from home signal. And home signal it indicates the train must come to a halt short of the signal, that is the train has to be stopped, that is indicated by this home signal. I will show the figure, and at that time you will be clear. I am just explaining this table. Okay, home signal, and the location of home signal is, it is about 180 meter short of points and crossings. And then is routing signal, and it indicate the route earmarked for the reception of the train. Okay, and its location signal for the main line at the higher level than that of the loop line, that is the location of this routing signal. And starter signal, it indicates the limit up to which the particular line can be occupied without infringing other line. That is, if the train has to be started, the line beyond that track should be cleared. So that is a function of starter signal, and it is located at the departure point. And advanced starter signal marks the end of that limit, advanced starter, and about 180 meter beyond the trailing time. So these are the different types of stop signal. We can discuss this in detail. So first type is outer signal. Okay, so as I have told, this outer signal is the warner signal and is first seen by the train. So after the outer signal we are fixing home signal. Okay, that is, if the train is moving to a station, first signal seen by that train is outer signal. Okay, and the train moving at high speed requires certain distance for stopping. If it is fast passenger like the train, it has to be stopped, or the train has to be stopped before a long distance. So we have to fix this outer signal, that situations. The train moving at high speed require a certain distance for stopping. Hence, driver informed about the position in advance that platform is clear or not. Okay, so for that we are providing this outer signal, that is the driver has to be informed that whether the station or the platform is clear or not. That is, if there is any train on the platform or railway station, the driver has to stop before that railway station. He cannot enter the railway station. Okay, so this outer signal actually indicate whether the platform is clear or not, and this signal gives the position of stop signal ahead. And as it is provided at some distance away from the station, it is also called as distance or outer or warner signal. It is placed for some distance before that railway station. So this is outer signal. Okay, so this is platform. So before that platform we are providing outer signal. In horizontal or stop position, it indicates, if it is in horizontal position, it indicates the driver must bring his train to halt within 90 meter before the outer signal. That is, this horizontal position means stop position. Okay, horizontal indicate stop or red. Okay, and if it is inclined, it indicates proceed. That is the indication of this outer signal. That is, in horizontal or stop position, the driver must bring his train to halt within 90 meter before the outer signal, and then proceed to the home signal with caution. So after this outer signal there will be home signal. So if it is in stop condition, the driver has to stop before 90 meter, and when it comes proceed position, the train has to move slowly till the home signal with caution. And in inclined or proceed position, that is, if it is inclined, it means proceed. It indicates that track and platform is clear and the train can proceed normally without any danger. So that is known as outer signal. Next is home signal. So this home signal, as I have told, this home signal is the next signal after outer signal towards the station. It is a simple semaphore signal and indicates whether the platform is clear or not. That is, this home signal indicates whether the platform is clear or not. It's a type of semaphore signal. I will explain semaphore signal later. This type of signal is known as semaphore signal. That's only the name. Okay, so home signal means after the outer signal towards the station is stop signal, and exactly placed at the station limit is called home or stop signal. It is placed after the outer signal towards the station and is a stop signal, and it is placed at a station limit. This is known as home or stop signal, and its main function is to protect the stations. Okay, the permission to enter the platform is given by the operation of this signal. So this is placed immediately after the outer signal towards the station. So it actually permit to enter the platform. Okay, and the maximum unprotected distance between the signal and the point it is intended to protect is specified as 180 meter due to its location at the door of station. That is the distance of this signal from the station is 180 meter. So this is outer signal and comes home signal. Next is our platform. So this is home signal, and next is starter signal. So this signal is provided at the forward end of the platform, that is after this platform. Okay, so this outer and home signal is before this platform, that is before entering. So this is in the reception portion. And at the departure position, the starter signal is there, that is after this platform. That is when a train leaves the platform, the first signal it sees is the starter signal. Okay, so this signal is provided at the forward end of the platform and controls the movement of the train as they leave the station. Okay, so when a train leaves the station, the first signal noticed by the train is starter signal, and it gives permission to the train to leave the platform for next station. Okay, so that is the function of this starter signal. This starter signal gives the permission to the train to leave the platform for the next station, and no train can leave the platform unless this signal is lowered. That is why so it is known as starter signal. So when this starter signal is on only, the train can start its journey. Okay, so it is known as starter signal. And a semaphore signal is provided for each line. Here also a separate signal is provided for each line. So for different, there will be different tracks deviating from one platform. So for each line we are providing separate signals. Then next is advanced starter signal. So a limit of station, so after this is starter signal, next comes advanced starter signal. Okay, so the limit of station section lies between the home signal and advanced starter signal. Home signal and advanced starter signal, that is the limit of station section actually. Okay, and the signal which allows the train to enter the block section is called advanced starter signal. So it gives permission for the train to enter the block section, that is beyond the block station. So this is block station and this is block section. So it will give the permission for the train to enter the block section. Okay, so it is always placed beyond the outermost set of the point connections, and these signals are placed about 180 meters beyond the last point of switches. 180 meters beyond the last point it is provided. Okay, so this is the figure showing the location of these different types of signals. This is outer signal, home signal, starter signal, and advanced starter signal. So this is the platform. Okay, so these are the different types of signals based on location. So other types of signal I will put in next video. Thank you.